Hey, 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 hello there. It is Fiona. I'm here with the Dragon cards for this week. So we're just checking in with whatever the theme is, whatever's going on consciously, cosmically, and what is it that we're being asked to pay attention to so that we can keep stepping up and keep leveling up the game. So what is the theme for this week? The theme for this week is the power, the untapped power of having guidance in your life, having guidance in your business. To be able to hear my clients say like, oh my God, it's like having a staff member. Like, so I'm asking, okay, how do I do this? How is this going to work for me? And then my clients are saying, and I get the answers and I'm shown where my clients are, or I'm showing the solution, or I'm showing where I'm standing in the way. So there is so much to be learned about how we can use the guidance that I believe everybody has access to. The dragon cards are here to remind us how powerful we are, full stop. That means that we get to find out when we're being triggered, which is what we call soul intervention, that is truly a trigger for your own self-development. What is going on here? Why am I feeling this way? Why did I snap? Or why did I break down and cry? Or why did I not fall asleep because I was feeling so unsafe? It's for you to find out what it is that's going on behind the scenes that's really going to help you then understand what's standing in your way. Why is this not working for me? How can I make this go further and faster? So you have access to your inner voice, and it doesn't come from your head. It's really being able to let go of your thoughts, let go of your head, just relax, and then just clear all the thoughts in your head. Because there's just huge consequences from being able to be out of your head and tapped into this guidance that is available for all of us. A lot of people talk about intuition. Great, intuition. But then sometimes we're just thinking, well, it's just something that's happening. And, sometimes we get the intuitive idea of where to go and what to do and who to meet and the opportunities. But guidance is something slightly different. Guidance is being able to ask a specific question and being guided towards your answer. Being guided. So like you get the impression of like, is it this person? No. Is it that person? No. Is it that person? Maybe. Is there someone else that's way better? Oh, hell yes. There is a better solution waiting for you. So like it's asking the right question. So this is what guidance for me is all about. And I believe everybody has access to superior guidance, especially if you are an empath or if you are feeling too sensitive for the world. That is your superpower. So let's get you charged and listening to your guidance. This means that you are emotionally recalibrated so that nothing bothers you so much anymore. It's like I'm surfing through all these emotions. They're just not in my way anymore, Fiona. What did somebody say to me the other day? I can see the money is on its way. Like I've started to earn the money that I was, looking for. I've asked specifically where my clients are. I've asked specifically what is the marketing. I've asked specifically what my clients want and where they are. It's so different, when you're being able to ask the questions, not just for business, but then for your life. What's the hidden dynamic between my son acting the way he's acting? Or what's the hidden dynamic between what's going on in my relationship, or what's going on with my health, or what's going on with, you see, it's never ending. Once you learn this, it is yours for life. You are taking it head and toes and you are living it. You're embodying the guidance that's available for you. So the dragons, who are here to help you be linked and connected with your soul, they are the guides towards your soul. They are here highlighting the gaps between the spiritual you and the human you. So they're just showing you what's ready to be up-leveled, what's ready to be worked on, what's ready to be cleared, what's the next action step, what's the next positive thing that you can be thinking about, all of this. So with this being our theme, and I thoroughly, totally and utterly believe in you, I believe every single person has the capacity to reach and ask the right questions. And that's why I teach how to get out of your head and how to start listening and understanding the guidance. Oh, and our first card has popped out of the pack. So as I speak, let's just see who this is. So Tara is our first card today. Tara is the sea blue green dragon. She's wingless. She's more like a serpent, but she is wise, wise, wise. She is helping you to look at things from a different perspective. She will flip you from thinking in one way to flip you to thinking in another word. So her card today is card number 14, and it is the consequences of holding on to that energy and the vibration you feel inside your body. So you get to change your circumstances. So let's have a look for card number 14. And oh, well, no coincidences there, are there? So card number 14 came through straight away directly. So let's listen to what Tara has to say in her voice, what she wants to tell us. And if you chose card number 1, this is specifically for you. If you haven't chosen a card, a number, just choose between 1 and 4. Card number 1, the consequences holding on to that energy and vibration you feel inside your body. There are huge consequences to the energy you choose to experience, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, health-wise. And the very air around you changes when you decide to observe what you can now let go of. Be curious and willing to graciously accept all that comes your way. You have been given an opportunity to receive a message when you experience a feeling or a symptom rising up. So this goes back to what I was saying earlier on. So the consciousness, whatever you're feeling, whatever's triggering you, whatever's keeping you up at night, whatever relationships are causing you angst or health things, these are the symptoms. That's what they mean here. You have been given the opportunity to receive a message when you experience a feeling or a symptom rising up. The idea is that we catch it, we notice it, and we are able to understand what that symptom, what that message is that's coming through. This is a lot of the work that I do using the spring cleaning and the final chod, when we're actually being able to evacuate, do the exorcism on the energy that is causing at the root cause of whatever's going on for you. So you allow this to flood your body with the experience that is there for you. Now listen closely and ask the questions to get the message. This is guidance. There are huge consequences from what you choose to think and feel. Consequences that have a chain reaction and a knock-on effect on you physically and mentally are the very chemicals and hormones that are released from those specific thoughts and feelings, because the body changes depending on what we're thinking and feeling. The body can often change, and then the chemicals, the hormones, think about the adrenaline and all the insulin and everything that's being released purely on the stress or the thoughts that we're holding. So you get to choose what you think and what you feel, which is massively the message from the dragons, is how you can change your circumstances, and you get to change and create your future depending on what you're thinking and feeling. You and all humans have had the habit to only identify with certain familiar feelings and not others. You also block out feelings because you think you don't want to feel them, but sometimes in the garbage, there is a massive, beautiful message for you if you could just have the bravery and willingness to play and let that go. So you only identify with familiar feelings and choose not to feel the others. It has become a personal pattern to attach a personal story onto a feeling, an identity. Then that energy state gets hooked in, creates a familiar flow of chemicals and energy relating to that frequency and feeling. Many times you try and make sense of what you feel, and you go to analyze it deep, deep, deep down. You look at it again and again and again. You repeat the story again and again and over. You feel it again. You feel it again in your body. And so you are creating form, and the symptoms, either physically or mentally or financially, depending on what you are thinking. I'm being told to stop now because that is the main message. And if I go on much longer, you may actually miss the real message. It's like what you think and what you feel creates a feeling inside your body. If you are to look to your future and create your new reality, you just need to be able to think and feel differently and be showing the guidance of what it is that you want to receive. Asking the questions, I don't know how to do this, please show me how, is one of the most questions that I ever ask my body and my soul and the dragons, like, and then the information is available to come through. So let's choose card number 2. Sometimes you can feel like you're on a roller coaster. Sometimes you feel that you just, everything's running away with you. Life is not working. The world is not working for you in your favor. You're on an emotional roller coaster. You need recalibrating. So the cosmic message is going to be, for whatever that is, coming up in card number 2. And sometimes, you know, you think you're through with the work. You think you're finished. I'm done. You know, this is card number 2. I'm done. I've worked so hard on this. What else have I got to do? Often when it's a theme that runs through our life, it could be loneliness, it could be rejection, it could be abandonment, it could be, you know, we've given our power away. There is a theme that runs through, and these things will just come in from a different angle. If they're not coming from a mother or father or a partner or a child, they'll come from your best friend. It will always come back to you until you know how to handle it. It's not like it can just, like, we cross that out, dealt with it, it's done. It's like sometimes you need to go back in and look at it again and kind of go, right, okay, that's how I meant to feel about it. So these are the messages from the dragons of how you navigate through when you think that you've done all the work. And sometimes you've done a lot of work. You absolutely have done a lot of work, but you slip back into the thinking and the thinking and the feeling that is causing the problem over again. Card number 2. Okay, here we go. Card number 2 is the beautiful, stunning, awesome, powerful, peaceful, your favorite professor. He wants a lot of details from you, and he loves you to the moon and back and wants you to do well. He is patiently waiting for you to take up your mantle. He says, intention. Know yourself as more powerful than anyone ever imagined. Okay, so who wanted card number 2? We're going to dive into card number 23 and really feel what that feels like in your body when you can imagine yourself as more powerful than you ever imagined. So, Raphael, a huge, big, silver, shiny, gleaming dragon. You are being asked to trust your deepest knowledge and knowing for what is the right direction for you, not to rely on others to point you towards your path. It's your very own powerful intention that you were born with. The vision source has for you that counts. Here you find what's at the absolute depths of you will live for, and what drives you, and what seeks you, and what you came here for. So often you will find that those who don't follow their divine path, desires, gut instincts, and dreams become depressed as they give their true power away, following the rules of acceptable family traditions and seeking acceptance, needing self-pride and to prove themselves as worthy in the traditional old ways of success. There are specific steps to take to discover the intention you were born with. What some call your dharma, your destiny, your true purpose and passion. It is not the same as if somebody gives you an intention that is not yours. Look at all the people who end up doing jobs following in their father's footsteps, who become very, very disconnected. You will feel mundane, an obligation. The energy running through it will be bored. And too soon, the energy of that pursuit that is so unfulfilling will feel suffocating. So finding your personal, specific intention that is yours is truly, truly beautiful and feels unlimited and incredibly freeing. These are the vision source readings that I give to my clients once they sign up with Magic Manifest with the Dragons, because you are getting guidance. You are getting guidance from source, from the dragons, the universe, that just keeps guiding you down the path less traveled. Discovering your intention is like going on a journey. It's like going on a trip on the inside, finding out who you really are, finding out what gives you pleasure, what gives you joy, what feelings you like the most. It's rich and transformative. And from that, you find your deepest intention. It is never about the material objects, which the world is full of, which has the human you are drawn and attracted to. No, this is a deep knowing intention that you feel calling you. And that is your soul's intention for your soul work. And it is meant just for you, only for you. You cannot copy or be a doppelganger of anyone else's vision. This is your soul work, and it is meant just for you. It comes in as the vision source has for you, and it is just perfect. It is just for you. You will find it so easy, and it will enthrall and excite you. And that is what you can tap into, to enhance, to grow into, and see just how far it can be taken in this lifetime as you evolve with it. Nothing could be simpler for me than giving guidance, than teaching guidance, than allowing the head, the overthinking, stubborn as a mule head, to be quiet and have no thoughts and allow the guidance to come in. This is not how I was educated. I didn't come from a spiritual family. This was something that I was guided to, that I had to learn along the way. And it, even now, it's like, I wonder how far I can take this. I wonder how else I can get guidance. And when you're playing games and you know how to flip the dice onto the right number, or you know how to use it to get guidance to the next house you're going to buy, or how you can sell your house, or to find your partner that the universe delivers to you. Now that's exciting. So let's move on to card number 3. Thank you very much, Raphael. You are amazing. He's very slow and methodical, and he doesn't miss a beat, doesn't miss anything. He feels everything that you are going through, and his desire is that you manage. So yes, sometimes you think you've done all the work, but you're missing the triggers. You just don't want to look at them. You don't want to go there. So what are the triggers that are coming up for you? So let's just, there we go. So let's just see what's popping out for card number 3. And, okay, let's just see what the message is there. So we got now card number 64. Now, I know for a fact that this is a long one, but because it's come from Utopia, she wants to show you what the final countdown. Okay, Utopia, card number 64. You are meant to live a utopian life, which means you are following your guidance. You've learned all about it, you've read the books, and you know there's a bigger picture. You're desperate to be living it, and Utopia says, well, just come along then. Come along then. Let's just start living that particular life. So her message here is altered states of consciousness. Abide in your sovereign state. Now, remember, earlier on in this call, I said the dragons are here. I've got a fan on and it's blowing air in my face. Yeah. The dragons are here to guide you towards your soul. In other words, your soul is what is receiving the guidance for you. All right. So you have that soul connection and you are able to understand the language that's coming through your body, your gut instincts, what you're feeling in your skin, in your sounds, in your vibration, in the frequency. You're able to understand it. Now, this is what Utopia is wanting to talk to you about today. So let's hear it from Utopia. Altered states of consciousness. Abide in your sovereign state. You are in the process of creating something very specific. You have the exact next steps to take, and what you want, and the intention is true and pure for the good of all, as you step readily into the altered states and the creation zone. You are already practiced and already adept at experiencing the difference in the frequency of what you don't want and what you do want to create. You are capable of focusing on the finer details using your senses and adding in more details, just like weaving in the finer threads, textures, colors, and thoughts of your sensations. If you were to draw out your vision of your perfect day, this is what Utopia is talking about, you would know everything that the dragons are here to teach you. You know what you want. You know how to look at it and decide about it and draw it and color it in. And you're able to focus in it and you're able to put the feelings in there and then expand those feelings. This is what she's talking about. The whole route of learning how to be in utopia when you're able to surf through life, creating your own circumstances. You can feel, sense, and imagine your creation being with you right now. Your soul, who is with you in all of your decisions, is known to you intimately and is accessible to you in your frequency, radiating from you as you transform into your higher frequency state of love and above. You are being given the guidance by your soul that the dragons are directing towards you. They're highlighting the next steps for you so that you rise above. What did one of my clients say the other week? It feels like I'm hovering above all these situations and I'm just not rattled. I'm just not rattled at all. I'm like, okay, I'm on it. I know what to do. What do I do next? Where am I going next? What's my next step? I don't know how to do this. You do, please show me. And people, my clients, they are getting it and they are using guidance to serve them in their business. You are consciously merging your two worlds and are consciously activating and synchronizing both of the realms you actively live in with one foot in each world and experiencing being the soul in the body. Very wise, very conscious, very adept at doing all of these things. You can still wash the dishes and you can still be getting guidance. You can still drive your kids to school and still be getting guidance. Any problems that appear from the physical world as you're human are being navigated well and are being seen through new eyes and experienced by your soul. And these issues are no longer able to hold their power over you. Any problems that arise get a shift and a swift makeover that rapidly transforms the perception to one of energy shifting, clearing, and experienced as a phase of growth and a powerful new opportunity to create a new experience. There is more there. So when something goes awry, when something breaks, or you realize you're not going to be able to run your day as you had planned, and you get thrown a curveball, how do you handle it? How's it working out for you? How are you reacting? Are you able to stay calm, emotionally recalibrate yourself, resolve the issue, ask for guidance? This is where the dragons are helping you. This is where you are able to get guidance for everything, for your business. What is it that's evading you in your business, do you think? Now, I believe everyone has access to guidance. So why not learn what's happening, what's going on, what's the hidden dynamic? How can you deal with this in a better way? This is what the dragons want for all of us. So my intention always is to help you learn how to get the guidance for you, how to make those questions so that you can still track your money and you can still feel into the frequency of the money that's arriving. You can create the zone, but then you're like, oh, I've just been shown to do this, to produce this, to create this as a product because I was asking for something. Is this what you want me to do? You get your yes and your no. With guidance, you are always being able to fall back on a simple yes and a simple no. And you feel it on the inside. Eventually, you hear your soul's voice speaking to you. She has a name. My soul name is Roma. Other clients are Rose or Star or Melissa or Lucia, or, you know, you all have your own soul. So what we do, rather than just giving her any old name, we ask her to show us what she wants to be called. You are building a phenomenally strong bond and connection with yourself as a soul, so that no one's criticism, judgment can ever pull you out of your power ever again. You are able to stand up and you are able to radiate your power. You don't need boundaries, you don't need limitations, you don't need rules, because people won't step over those. So if this is happening to you, it is something to do with a dynamic and a story and a belief and an energy that's going on the inside of your body. So being able to tap into that guidance for yourself. Now, many people are brilliant horse whisperers, animal whisperers, plant whisperers. I'm a body whisperer, so I feel what goes on in somebody's body when they tell a story. I'm like, oh, can you feel what that lands? Can you? No, I can't. And my client will say to me, no, I can't feel that. I'm like, okay, well, still your mind a little bit. I'm going to show you when you tell that story how it lands in your body. And that's why you're getting the symptoms that you're getting. So, you know, to do with their finances, to do with their allocation of money, to do with their relationships, their health. It's always to do with the thoughts that we're having because you've not been able to feel them. Right, let's dive into card number 4, remembering that the theme is we are being given signals, we're being given signs. And sometimes those signs, you know, we think because it's a spiritual life, it'll all be unicorns and fairies and stars and celebrations, which they do once we've worked through some of the stuff that it's not working for us. So how do those things land for you? I know for myself, because we all are growing, we're all changing all of the time. It's like, oh God, that's not working for me. Like, why do I feel like that? Or why can't I sleep? Or why is this bothering me so much? Like, oh, where is it coming from? So that constant questioning that we're going to be asking to find out what's triggering us. So it could be someone, it could be something, it could be just something else. It could be a place, it could be somewhere that you are, it could be a spot on your face, it could be anything that is bothering you, that is being the trigger and the signal for you, one of many, just to show you what's coming up for you to release. Do the purge, do the detox. And I don't mean starve yourself, do a detox, although that does help with your guidance to a certain extent. But this really is, you know, what is the trigger? What's going on for you? And how can you start to emotionally recalibrate yourself and understand the messages that are coming through? Right. Moving on to card number 4, let's just see, with all of that, what is the message? Brilliant. Okay. Now, this one is coming up quite a lot regularly. So whoever chose card number 4, listen into this. We're looking to ceremony. Ceremony is the card just before you reach utopia. So you're ready to let go of a lot. You're ready to look back and see how much you've grown. You're ready to take the leap. This is ceremony. You're ready. Utopia means this is how we navigate with a foot in each world. Utopia is saying, take the leap and go into the next world. Card number 54. Right, darling. Da, da, da. Let's do, oh, and there we are. That was the page that was falling out of my little book. 54. Tune in and operate from a wider bandwidth, an infinite spectrum of frequencies and vibrations. You remember what we were saying before? Sometimes you concentrate or you focus on a very limited bandwidth. This is allowing you to go into a wider bandwidth. In other words, nothing is good, nothing is bad. It's just an energy, and it's just, if it's annoying you, if it's triggering you, it's like, that's interesting. Why is it doing that? You're moving into a state eventually that is non-ego related. So when you move through Utopia and that particular dragon portal, we're moving into a state of one, really, really trusting our guidance. And then after that, it's like, well, I'm not taking any of this personally. It's just, I'm just not bringing my ego into this at all. And that is a huge journey of enlightenment. This is what ceremony has to say to you. It's so tempting to view life and believe that all that we see and all that we feel is all that there is. There is a full spectrum of feelings available, and you only have access to a very limited spectrum because that feels safer for you. Imagine the spectrum of light, some of which you can see and understand with your limited human's visible spectrum of light that surrounds you all of the time. A different species can see into an expanded spectrum of light with their eyes, as well as gauging their senses. They have heat, they have infrared, they have ultraviolet, they have heat sensors, they have taste sensors, you know, like, so different people are able to use their different skills, the same as animals, can see and feel into different spectrums. So they're picking up more and more and more information. This is a wider bandwidth and an infinite spectrum of frequencies and vibration. Now consider that you are only experiencing the emotions and feelings that you feel comfortable and are in your brain that can compute from prior experiences. So as a human, you've had experiences and you get to decide, or you have decided, oh, I want more of that and I want less of that. So you limit the amount that you're able to feel because you don't feel safe feeling that. You are being asked to step out of your current limited emotional and sensing spectrums and start working your way into a broader spectrum where there is more color, more sensations that you can feel consciously, more and more comfortable with, safe and familiar to be in those feelings, knowing that it's just energy and you are not being harmed. At some point, the feelings you lived and swam in, they have triggered you, and you respond in a certain way. Now, when you have emotionally recalibrated yourself and understand about your soul's journey, these won't be the triggers that trigger you anymore. They won't be something that even touches you anymore. What did I say earlier on with the other card? Once you are truly bonded and connected with your soul, you're not needing boundaries. You're able to stretch further. You feel safer. Wherever I lay my hat is my home. You are more observing and sensing them as pure energy to know that they are normal. The energy you perceive through your senses is something that's not for you to personally react to. You don't need to bring it in your head and give it a story every single time. You see and feel in a different way. You are conscious and free, finding it easier and easier to distinguish and understand. You are exploring and expanding your senses. Your third, your fourth, your fifth dimension. Your fifth and your sixth senses, going into the seventh and the eighth and further. You are a multi-sensing vibrational being, and you have the power to understand what you are being shown at any time. guidance, being able to use your guidance for your business, for your life, for seeking out a new home, for seeking out clients, for knowing what they want, what they will buy from you. Is there anything that you need to change in what you offer? Do you need to feel about it in a different way so that it's more attractive, so that it's vibrating differently? All of this comes from guidance. When you have homed in on your guidance, you're able to ask, and at a moment's notice, you get responses, you get answers, you get shown the way. If I'm able to share a story with you, which I've done many times before, when I needed an artist, or when I needed a publisher, or when I needed something, I asked. I said, you know how to do this, please show me how. Even if you think you've finished every single thing in your soul journey, if you're like, yeah, I'm really, really intuitive, but you're not using it for practical every single day magic, then you're missing out. If you're able to ask and you're able to get answers, like so many of my clients are able to get answers, like I've just been shown a way to attract my clients that I've never seen anyone else do before. I've found out, which groups they're in, or how to attract them, or maybe I'm going to start a different way of doing things that no one else has seen before. It's not the same old. It is something very new and exciting, and I feel I can do it. It feels really good to me to do it. I have ladies who are brilliant plant communicators, animal communicators, but making that a business and using your guidance then to be able to tap into the business side of things, which is just the same, but it's just knowing which questions to ask. This is my genius. This is allowing you to be able to create that and manifest a business by using the guidance that the dragons are here to give you. I will be putting a link down below. If this is tickling you, if this is resonating with you and you want to take this further, please let me know. It is an ongoing membership that we're creating as well, because once you're in that group, you don't want to let it go. You want to still be able to practice and learn and understand why something's happening to you and in your human world that is screwing up your business or screwing up your confidence or screwing up your relationships. Like, what am I here to learn? Right? And we will ask for guidance on absolutely everything. And this is what this membership is for. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy the cards, enjoy the messages that you've been given today. And I shall place these in all the same places that I normally place them. So they will be on YouTube, they will be in my Facebook group, they will be in the Dragon group, so that you can, without a doubt, learn how easy it is to get guidance and use guidance. There's so much more available for you than you thought. Playing games, finding out where you're going to get the money, asking what it is that you want to receive, all of it is being able to create magic and miracles in your life. No more mundane, no more accepting what lands in your lap.